I'll now get my third speaker for today. So I was trying to get Amitabh Tiwari. I think he's not there now, but he had joined. So anyway, I think one of the things that people have been talking about is we had somebody from the audience, Diva, in fact, she talked about, is there a limit to freedom of speech? Should we draw a line? Should this line be our own responsibility? If people get incited by someone's words, is it their fault or the person who said that? And freedom of speech should also come with duty. I think, we've got Amitabh, so we'll tackle Diva's question slightly later after Amitabh has spoken. Amitabh, I'm adding you to the call. So Amitabh, guys, is a political blogger who goes by the name of Political Baba, and he's also a very active political consultant. One moment, let me add him. Amitabh, you there? I'm trying to add you. Hey, Amitabh. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. I believe you joined slightly later. So what we are debating today, Amitabh, is, you are clearly aware of the arrests which were made last week. And what we're debating is whether, this has become a general trend where left-leaning intellectuals and activists, and these are clearly extreme left-leaning intellectuals, are being unfairly targeted by the political establishment. We've had Subhash and Anuradha talk about it, and they've talked about a larger point of how the legal process itself is unfair on whoever has been charged with any such charges. So what's your take on this entire thing, on the arrest per se, and whether it points to any general trend of suppression of dissent?
See, essentially, my view is that law will take its own course in this. There have been some people who have been arrested based on evidence and investigation. They did approach the highest of the courts, which is the High Court and the Supreme Court. And these two courts have not stayed their arrest.
Yeah.
They have converted it into a house arrest.
House arrest, exactly.
So now we have to wait till 6th, which is the next date of hearing, as far as I know, where the police will present their case, and it's up to the courts to either give them bail or dismiss the allegations or continue with the arrest. What is happening in India is that lawyers who have represented these people in the courts, and the courts having dismissed their arguments, are coming out in the public and keeping the same arguments again and again. I mean, public does not know the very nuances of law.
Sure.
Whatever the arguments of the lawyers of these arrested people, those arguments have been heard by the court, and they have said, okay, hold on. And in fact, they have found some merit in the case. That's why they have given a date till 6th. As far as freedom of expression goes, I mean, there have been thousands of debates on this topic on every TV channel, and all these people have come on the channels and spoken on this issue, and still they say that there is a issue about freedom of expression and we are not allowed to speak and this and that. If that was the case, none of the debates would have happened. If that was the case, even this debate would not have happened.
Sure.
See, we have to understand that there are 3 lakh under trials in India. Many of those people have been arrested without even having a hearing. They are languishing for more than 1 year. Where are these people or why are these people not talking about the common man who is languishing in the jail? These people have access to high-cost lawyers. These people have access to High Court, Supreme Court. Supreme Court goes out of the way, hears their case, does not hear the case which have been languishing in Supreme Court for years.
Sure.
Then also, if they are saying that they have been unfairly targeted, I mean, that's not correct in my opinion.
Okay. But do you think the governments, I mean, generally, I understand that the freedom of expression point that you made, but when governments use tactics like these, and assuming, for a moment, if we assume that governments have used tactics like this, because a lot of these guys, when they've been, when charges have been made against them in the past, a lot of them have been acquitted by the courts. It takes 5-6 years, and I get your larger point about under trials, so many under trials languishing in jails. What I'm trying to say is if the conviction rates in such cases, and in case of activists who've been arrested, in some cases they've been acquitted of all the charges. So if that's the case, and the government still uses such tactics, they arrest, they slap some charges, seditious charges especially, isn't that then in a way suppression of dissent? The larger point being that if you continue to harass people like them, these guys may have access to the lawyers, and they will continue. They also have the determination to fight it out. The other people, the people who get influenced by such guys, they then will not talk about it publicly in any case, and then that in a way fulfills the larger objective of the government, if at all that was the objective, of suppressing dissent. What's your take on that?
So first of all, we have to understand that government, when we are saying government has arrested these people, I mean, there is no basis to say this. Has the government of Maharashtra or government of India ordered the police department
to campaign? I mean, it was all completely orchestrated, 5-6 raids across the country. That's
we are assuming these are not MPs or MLAs for the arrest of which the police needs to go to the governor to take permission. These are, in a way, common people.
Sure.
So it can also be possible that the government is even not aware of it. Police is doing an investigation. They have some names. They went ahead and arrested them. Police need not need permission of the governor or the chief minister in this case, or the high court,
right,
or courts in this case.
They did inform. I think they kept the CM in the loop. I think Mr. Fadnavis.
That's fine. I mean, they report to Home Ministry. They kept the CM in the loop is fine, but it is very different from saying that the CM has asked the police
to order the arrest. Yeah,
I mean, these are very, very different things.
Sure.
Second is when you are saying that suppression of dissent, and at the same time you are saying that these people were arrested earlier and acquitted, and so these people have not been suppressed in a way. So India is a fairly large democracy. The institutions are very strong here. It is not China or something. In China, I mean, people would not even have come to know that these sort of people have been arrested. So it is a fairly large democracy, strong democracy with strong institutions, with strong mechanisms to tackle all these cases.
Sure.
And I would say a different point, when people are saying that everybody is coming on TV and blaming the government, how are they suppressed, or how will they be suppressed?
Yeah. Okay. I see. I mean, the point you're making is clearly. I mean, you're talking about how this is not when people are still coming out talking about again. I mean, in a way, accusing the government, and the government has not really cracked down. You're saying it's still freedom of expression. So I understand the larger point, and you are willing to obviously look at because the institutions in India are so strong. Whether it's the courts, judiciary, bureaucracy, whatever. I think because the institutions are so strong, and we've managed to survive as a democracy because of such institutions. Let's then put our fate in their hands, and these guys should do the same. That's what you're saying, because you also mentioned the law will take its due course, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And is there any other?
Ultimately, the courts will decide. Ultimately, the court will decide. The police will not decide whether they are guilty or not.
Sure. Great. I think that's a fair point, Amitabh. Is there any other point you would like to add at this juncture?
No, I'm done.
All right. Thank you so much for joining, Amitabh.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.